Well, I'm in our studio kitchen today, and we're going to cook up some Mediterranean flavors. One of my favorite flavors is the Mediterranean diet, and in the Mediterranean diet, they incorporate garlic, lemon juice, olive oil, balsamic vinegar. So I'm going to show you some items today that I think are pretty easy and also really good for you. So let's start with our first item. We're going to do a chicken breast, and this chicken breast is going to be marinated with some mustard. And to do this, all you do is you take with a whisk and in a little mixing bowl that we have here, we're going to just go ahead and put in some of our mustard. This is a stone ground mustard, so this has a little kick to it. And I'm putting in probably about a good tablespoon of mustard. To my mustard, I'm going to go ahead and add some garlic, and this is just chopped up fresh garlic. Oh, I wish you could smell this. The freshness of this garlic and the flavor that it's going to infuse into our chicken is just going to be wonderful. Then after that, I've got some fresh herbs, and this happens to be rosemary. Rosemary, if you've never had this before, has a nice kind of woodsy, earthy flavor to it. And it comes just like this in longer stalks. You can get it right in the grocery store. You just want to wash it, and you can either just go ahead and take the leaves right off the stalks like I am, or you can chop them up, just kind of depending on how you like it. And you want to, when you're using fresh herbs, you want to adjust your spices and herbs and all that according to your taste. I happen to love bold flavors in my food, so I'm going to go ahead and put in a fair amount. Then the next thing we want to do is we're going to put in some olive oil that I've got here. And a little bit of olive oil is going to help us season our chicken and also just keep it nice and moist as we grill our chicken breast. And the next item is some fresh black pepper, which I love. Many of you have seen me cook before know that I love a lot of spice, so I'm going to add a fair amount of black pepper to mine. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some salt in. For those of you that may need to watch your diet with salt, here's where you can adjust that, of course. So you just get all your ingredients in your little bowl, take a whisk and whisk it down. And then feel free to always taste it when you're making marinades. Cooking isn't really an exact science. Cooking is about putting flavors together that you really like. And I certainly, if you're a beginner cook, certainly encourage you to find recipes that sound good to you. But don't be afraid to play with flavor and play with things, the way you like them. Like I said, I like my flavors a little bit bold, so I'm going to go ahead and probably add more to mine. Now, also when you're using poultry or chicken, you always want to wash your chicken well and dry it. So I've done that with our chicken breasts that I have here. Got that ready to go. So we're just going to pour our marinade right over. Oh, look at that color. Get all that in there. You can see that rosemary. And I'm just going to pop on a glove so I can get that spread out real nicely. And get all that flavor on there. And also when you're marinating the chicken breast, it's ideal to marinate it for at least a couple hours or overnight. And keep it in the fridge, keep it well covered. And with healthy cooking, grilling is always a great option. So over here on our grill, we've got this fired up. I lightly coated it with some olive oil. And then we just go ahead and put our chicken right on there. Whoa, you can hear that sizzle. That sounds good. We're going to give that some time to kind of cook up. While we're doing that, I started one earlier. This one's getting really well done. Oh, that looks perfect. So you can see I started this one earlier. I'm just going to turn that over and let that continue cooking. And also with chicken, you want to make sure that you cook chicken to a temperature of at least 160 degrees Fahrenheit. And what you want to do, if you're unsure about cooking chicken, or you're a beginner cook, I would suggest buying a meat thermometer where you stick the thermometer in the thickest part of the meat. And with chicken breast, again, you want to make sure that that registers to 160 degrees. All right, let's just take a look at our chicken here and see how we're doing. Looks like this one is doing pretty well. And this one's coming along. And again, with chicken, you want to probably cook your chicken at least 6 to 8 minutes on each side. And this one is just coming along too. Great. So here's our salad. Give that a final mix. Oh, that looks so good. I really wish you could all smell the flavor that we've got going on in this room. It is wonderful. Okay, so our salad's done. And if you come over here, I've got some mini pita bread on this plate. So many of us are trying to watch our carbohydrates, and typically you see pita bread sold in such large bags or larger pitas. And when I saw these at the market, I thought, well, this is perfect. So if you want a taste of pita, but maybe you want to be careful about your carbohydrates, I thought this was a really nice purchase to have, because you could just get that bite along with your protein and your salad. So I've got a few of those on the plate. We were also saying before we went to tape today that, oh, this would be great with hummus as an appetizer. So I think there are a lot of ways you could use this. Well, let's get a little bit of our salad on the plate here. See what we've done. Doesn't that look beautiful? All right. All right, well, let's check our chicken and see how we did. Well, it's looking pretty good to me. And remember, I had started this one earlier just to make sure that this chicken gets cooked through. The other piece that we marinated, oh, that's looking pretty good too. That's just sort of sizzling away here. And again, you'll also notice as I went to the chicken that was cooked, I used a different utensil. This one still is raw, so I'm going to be real careful with poultry again and cooking. And that one needs to cook just a little bit more. It's almost there. So we've got, as you can see on the plate, we've got our salad, we've got our pita bread, and we've got our chicken. And one thing I'd like you to notice again is the color. Look at the color of the salad and how appetizing that looks to eat. And even for children, I think color speaks volumes as they sit down to their plates of food. Also, when we're trying to lose weight, anything we can do to enhance flavor with herbs, like we did with the rosemary, and using an olive oil that's really good for you. Kicking it up with a little bit of garlic also helps with that flavor too. You can see in the chicken, you can see the little bit of rosemary flecks and the color of the mustard. So let's cut into it and see what we think. And I had marinated this one overnight. We'll try that with a little bit of the chicken. The flavor is really good. I can taste that mustard, I can taste that rosemary, not too much. And remember, when you're making that marinade, taste it. And if it's too strong for you, you can adjust it by adding a little bit more olive oil, or if it doesn't have enough rosemary or mustard in it, go ahead and add it. And let's see what we did on the salad here. Very nice. That flavor of the feta really comes through, that feta cheese, and also really works well with the red onion, the tomato, and the cucumber. Well, I hope you enjoyed our segment today on Mediterranean cooking, and hope you join us next time when we cook again.